Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. We got another Eastern Front situation for you all. On the Soviet side, we have Theo playing as a motor. We have Shadow Ichi also playing as motor. Pi not playing as anything yet, but we'll keep an eye on that. And we have Frosty Gaming playing as Shock Division. On the Axis side, we have Fortune Blouse? How do you pronounce it? Blouse? Playing as Fallschirmjäger-Division for the Wehrmacht. Shadow Sky as Panzer-Division for the Wehrmacht. Q playing as Ost-Division. And B13 playing as Sturmtactics. And it looks like Pi has gone for Rifle Division. Here we go then. It's a 4v4, so yeah, I'm gonna apologize for the fact I will not be able to look at everything at the same time because so much might be happening. This map, by the way, is called Idyllic Forest, and it's very cool looking. Very idyllic, you might say. I also really like the Eastern Russian-style church here on this hill that looks like there's been a battle here before. That's a really nice touch. Also, central outpost by the looks of it. The Sappers are already engaging the Pioneers here. Looks like the Sappers might get the upper hand unless... Oh, the Pioneers are actually getting good shots here. Yeah, the Sappers might not actually win this. That MP40 is really showing its worth here. And there we go. That was a really close engagement, and now those Pioneers have to get out of there. They're not gonna get out. Looks like the Soviets really want to have this hill. Osttroops are in the field. These are essentially Eastern Germans and ethnic Germans from other countries that have been enlisted or even volunteered in some cases to fight for the Germans, but I think it's mostly conscripted. Although a surprising number of far-right extremists in many countries in Europe did actually join the Germans willingly when the invasion of the Soviet Union started, so they could very well also just be volunteers in that aspect. Yeah, it looks like the Soviets really want to hold this hill and this church. It is also a really good looking fighting post. We have some Volksgrenadiers trying to flank in here. It's not gonna be enough. The Soviets have the upper hand here. Meanwhile, the Axis are fighting the Russians down here by this down Stuka by the looks of it. Russians might have... not Russians. The Germans might have this one though because of the terrain here. Actually, the Soviets are doing pretty well, but probably because one squad is inside a windmill, which means that they cannot actually fire all at once because there's only 2 windows. Not sure what this Volksgrenadier is doing, but it's trying to throw a grenade on them. Actually, a Brandflasche. They'll try and buy themselves some time. More conscripts already streaming in. Meanwhile, we have some Fallschirmjäger Pioneers setting up a forward encampment back here. Very good idea so they can reinforce.
We have been granted access to
the fight for the hill seems to continue, and we have engagement in the north along an old castle wall. Storm Pioneers are throwing some grenades at the conscripts, but the conscripts seem to have the upper hand. Good thing I pinned them. That actually is going to allow them to get away, I think. Yeah, he can just retreat to that. That's going to be a very good boon to have. You know, the Soviets are digging in their own sandbags down here. But this is going to allow the Germans to just stay on the front line. He's already getting some Fallschirmjägers to just help holding. More of the Osttruppen are trying to hold the Russians at bay, have been armed with Kar-98s with trench magazines. It's very hard to play Osttruppen because you really need to get the veterans to get their nice stuff like a recruiting surplus, which makes them become a 6-man squad, which is a really handy boon. A lot of Osttruppen. And well, it looks like the Russians got the upper hand in the north that I completely missed. There's the SS back. It looks like the Germans got the upper hand in the south thanks to the forward encampment built up by the Luftwaffe. As well as the Jaegers who has arrived now. You should probably try and get an MG inside that windmill because... Actually, he does have an LMG, so he kinda has one, I guess. It's just the lack of windows kinda makes it not the best fighting spot, I'd say. Hey, who am I to judge? It might be very good for all I know. Oh no, that's not looking good for those Volksgrenadiers. Looks like a Frontoviki squad with a marksman has been set up in the church. Very good position to have a marksman.
We can now establish forward headquarters.
And while more and more Osttruppen are setting up here.
Are ready to deploy, Comrade Commander.
The SS are still trying to take up, I assume. We have some sappers here armed with SVTs coming up.
Command unit is ready to be deployed.
And we have some grenadiers here that just have to do a full fallback. Doesn't look like they can hold that position much longer. There's a commissar here to lead the front around the hill. Meanwhile, it looks like the Luftwaffe are really digging in down here. Give me the Russians. It's actually a good fight for this little farmland. Now there's actual Fallschirmjäger Jägers. These are actually not Fallschirmjägers. These are just Jägers who fight for the 3rd Fallschirmjäger Division. So, big difference. It's just... I know it's very confusing, but the Germans were quite confusing in that aspect. So they're light infantry who fights for the Luftwaffe in the Fallschirmjäger Division, but they're not actually Fallschirmjägers. Yes, I know that is confusing. That said, they are really well armed and fairly well trained, so very good units. And we'll have the SS pushing north, but they might run it straight into a brain carrier. Firing a rifle grenade on it. We've destroyed the engine, but the Bren gun is still operational. They need to throw a Gebaldeladung on it. But these guys don't have Gebaldeladungs, they have grenade assaults. The Osttruppen are being pinned by propaganda artillery from the Commissar. Germans have set up a new fort in Kärmen here for the Osttruppen. It looks like they actually destroyed it. Very nice. Now they're actually going to salvage it for more resources. Well fueled, not bad. And Luftwaffe is doing a really good job here. This is nice to see. They actually finally got some Fallschirmjägers in form of the Fallschirmjäger MG42. Looks like the Russians are going to have a hard time fighting the German Air Force down here. And well, the Russians are firmly dug in on the hill, even made the church into a forward base, and put a scout unit inside. But the Soviet Rifle Division is just slowly creeping up with trenches in the fields and everything. Commissar guiding them onwards. Here comes the a German counter-assault with Volksgrenadiers to support the Osttruppen. That's a lot of rifle fire. The Commissar goes down! Oh, his squad might have to consider pulling back. So the Grenadiers have been pinned down here though. Unable to move up further to support the Volksgrenadiers. But the Volksgrenadiers are pushing up pretty hard on the Osttruppen support. Even more Osttruppen are coming in. That's a grenade on the Volksgrenadiers. Oh no! Oh, that's painful. Meanwhile, the Soviets are trying to push across the river here. The Luftwaffe is holding. But Luftwaffe is keeping them at bay. Being led by their lieutenant here. As the Luftwaffe have been ordered to hold the southern flank, while the Wehrmacht and the SS fight everything else. We have a Command Panther II coming in. But the Soviets already have a tank hunter. And with a PTRS, or PTRD. It might be the PTRS though. Yeah, no, it is the PTRS, my bad. So it's a semi-automatic rifle. And they quickly mean replaced with a bazooka, because they want to deal with something heavier. They might not actually be aiming at them. We have a sniper coming out for the Wehrmacht here.
We are losing Soldaten.
Trying to snipe the Soviets off the hill slowly, but it might not be easy from a distance or an angle. But he might do it, who knows. And while the SS are pushing up on the northern old castle here, the Wallonians pushing up with MP-34s. believe it's the MP34. Yes, it is. Oh, they're keeping the bunker distracted, which is gonna allow the Ballonians to push up. Oh, this is not good.
The enemy has taken out one of our buildings.
If the Ballonians just keep pushing, they can overrun this position. Grenade in their path, though.
The enemy is trying to destroy a structure.
Oh, he's gonna run straight in there. Duska here soon. Not good for Avalonian. You know, the south, it looks like the... oh shit! Soviet paratroopers have arrived! Now that's not a unit you see often. Oh, straight out on the grenade on them! Oh! That's painful. Yeah, the windmill, because it was occupied, it allowed the Soviet squad to be called in as infiltration. Oh. The church is on fire too! Looks like the Germans are slowly turning this fight around. We also have some Panzer Grenadiers now for the SS. I believe the second SS is that's right. I'm not the best with the SS names anymore, but I believe it is Das Reich. Yeah, because these guys can be armed with a lot of very good assault equipment, which makes sense for Sturm. That's been armed with flame grenades, which is a good call against the bunkers. He just needs to get closer. Like, he could technically move up along the wall here, because that would avoid the arcs of fire. Because the sappers just keep repairing them. Oh, he cut through the wire! Oh, very smart. Promise he's still in the range of one of them. No, he's not, actually. He's coming with a truck to reinforce from. Very smart. Yeah, well, it looks like the Soviets are calling a Valentine for the middle front. And the Osttruppen are still being pinned down, but are holding the position. Yeah, well, the Luftwaffe and the Soviets still fight, but it looks like the Soviets are finally giving up on the southern flank. They're pulling back entirely as the 222 showed up. The Germans could take advantage of this and take up the next island. If that is what they wish. Looks like there's some air supply coming in from Goering here for the Osttruppen. And they receive an MG34 and a pack. Nah, that's pretty good. You know, on this northern front, we have an SG-76 now. Probably armed with it's armed with explosives. But one Panzerfaust is enough. Meanwhile, there's shock troops coming out. Oh, but the shock troopers are dead. Well, there's one shock troop engineer here. Oh, that bunker is gone, which means the SS could flank around. Which actually they might be aiming to do here. The Valonians do have MP34s, which makes them pretty decent at assaulting. And indeed, the Luftwaffe has taken advantage of the southern front being abandoned. Look at the other Soviet here is aiming to get an MCHA to try and counter the Luftwaffe. And we have a Lieutenant here guiding the Osttruppen.
We have a forward structure under attack.
And that's why they called in the pack, to deal with any light vehicles that might show up. And the Osttruppen are really dug in around here, which is kind of a thing they get good at. We have a command stroke here for the Panzer. And the SS are just slowly taking the northern hold here. Pulling back to the truck to replenish. Looks like the Panzer Grenadiers are being armed with PPSHs, which they have stolen from the Soviets, because the Germans actually stole a lot of Soviet equipment on the Eastern Front and utilized it. They even started converting the PPSH to actually use German bullets, because they just got that many of them. Plus that the Germans were really fond of the PPSH when they captured it. It was a really reliable submachine gun. Oh, they need one more Panzerfaust on it. Oh, that was a really deadly looking high explosive shot on the T-34. We have an artillery engagement going on down here. The Panther II is not going to last long like this. But it might get away. Stuka coming into the hill. Ooh! And while the Luftwaffe are slowly creeping up here, using cover and light vehicle support. D-34s might threaten to overwhelm the northern front though. We have a Sturm officer arriving alongside a Pack 40 for the SS. Looks like the is trying to bomb the attempt at repairing the Panzer II and the mortar at the same time. But the mortar's counter-barraging. Ooh, that was close. We have MTS driving southwards though. I do not think the Luftwaffe have anything to stop MTS currently. They might only have air support. Yep, 122's down. Indeed, air support is already being called in. Let's see. Yeah, they don't have a lot of anti-tank equipment, but they're already being armed with Panzerfausts. Yeah, here comes the German bomber. And one more air supplies being dropped in for the beleaguered Germans by Göring. The Eastern Front is a harsh place. And now that the Soviets are using Lend-Lease equipment on the southern flank, they might be able to push up further.
Shock troops can now be used to crush the enemy.
The MTS will certainly prove to be a deadly little threat here. But I think... he's actually not airdropping any anti-tank equipment. Looks like the Germans are moving up with their command vehicles here. But the MTS is now threatening the other flank. Ooh! The MTS is a really good Sherman. And there goes the command Stuk. And the Soviets will run the northern flank with T-34s. Not sure the Wallonians can do much against tanks. Yeah, but the Soviet rifle company is just slowly pushing up. Oh, explosive shot here from the pack. A lot of fighting going on along the front here. And yeah, the SS have called in a Raketenwerfer. A good little weapon that can potentially stop the Soviets. But the Panzer front here is very weak. The Soviets can push across the entire front if they really try to. Which is kind of one of their specialties, and also what they did in real life. They essentially pushed across the entire front line at the same time. Oh yeah, the German Panzer front is falling. It's going to allow the Soviets to push up here if they don't get stopped. A lot of Lend-Lease Shermans are just pouring in. Oh, another high explosive. That one did not do much but destroy the cover though. Leaving them vulnerable to machine gun fire. Yeah, I do not think the Luftwaffe can do much at this range though. They're still calling in air support though. Looks like a heavy bomber coming in this time. Hermann Göring is quite busy today. Ooh! That was actually not that good, but hey, it was good to watch. Yeah, it looks like the Panzer front is really weakened, but the Panzer IV-H has arrived to try and counter the advance of the Lend-Lease Shermans, as well as the motorized infantry, the Odan here. Oh, that mortar just got completely killed there. Hermann Göring is very busy today. North front's not looking too well, but the SS does have a pack now. 2 packs, actually. And they've dug in around here, so that's good to see. But the Soviets are making a big push in here. If they can get to this point and cut it off, they might be able to do some sneaky tactics like close the pocket. Because I do think Motor gets close to pocket, but I haven't played Motor in a while. Might be someone else. Nah, it's probably not the Soviets who gets it. Ooh! Good shot from the Panzer IV right there. Ooh, critical hit on the Sherman, but it's still alive. And while the Osttruppen are trying to push in here against the motorized infantry, getting mowed down. But a grenade is coming in on the motorized infantry. Ooh. Those egg grenades are still doing something. Another egg grenade coming in on them. Ooh, good shot on the flank there with the pack. Looks like the Panzers are trying to push up slowly. But they might run into even more tanks if they're not careful. Oh, we have some Fallschirmjägers who is infiltrated behind the Soviet line. They've already been detected. Not good for them. He's gonna have to work quickly to kill that squad if he can. But he's already being pinned. There's a lot of open areas, so you could airdrop in Fallschirmjägers if you can set up the proper stuff. There's like more airdropping supplies are coming in. Oh look, the Vox Grenadiers actually snuck up here. Very nice to see. This guy has to move quickly and act quickly to set up his beacon. And while we have a KV-1 here at the middle front, but the pack is actually getting a penetration. Ah, he might want to set the beacon back here. Oh, he has to be careful or he'll get spotted. Yeah, he said. Oh, he said about a hidden Luftwaffe camp right there. Now those Vox Grenadiers have been spotted though. They're going to run straight into a minefield. Ooh. Ost Division and Sturm Division. Sturm Tactics. My bad. They're still trying to hold up here, but that KV-1 is going to be a hard one to crack. But the Strasstruppen are trying to get up close to it. Now, a Stuke A, I don't think it's going to do much against the KV-1, but it's worth the attempt. Yeah, that's not going to work. They need something heavier. Oh, Soviet naval infantry arriving. But they're running straight into MG-42 500 pillbox. Oh, God. Oh, that's devastating. You know, the Luftwaffe have set up their own little camp over here. With a relay beacon and everything. I mean, when more supplies keep being dropping for the Luftwaffe. Panzer IV-H and the command Stuka are in trouble. Or might be in trouble. Oh yeah, definitely in trouble. Definitely in trouble. Packers be prepared in the rear though. Another Panzer IV-H has arrived. Stuki has to be very careful. That's a lot of T-34s. Firing a heat shot though, that actually worked out. But that is a lot of tanks. Stuka coming straight in on the damaged one. Looks like the Germans have a lot of air support today. But that is a lot of tanks. But the pack and the stormtroops are actually holding him off. Oh, are they gonna get in time to stop this one though? Oh, it's getting through! You know the soldier up there to fire Panzerfaust. And they stopped it. But meanwhile, the Soviets are pushing in through the center here. The Mthis is just pushing up alongside sappers. The Fallschirmjägers I don't think can do much. They've already been detected.
Our soldiers are trained to advance rapidly.
The Soviets are preparing to encircle, I think. But tons of artillery coming in on them.
Resupply by air is now available, Commander. T-43 rifles, interrogation training.
Oh, straight into the command Stuke in the pack. The command Stuke is down. The ideas are desperately trying to hold the front here.
We have lost a pack gun.
They need to rearm that pack quickly. Oh, it's not looking good at all. Do have a Tiger coming in though. That might be able to stop these Mthis.
We have casualties.
And once that Tiger reaches them, they might quickly realize they have to pull back.
Infantry squad has been killed.
The officers keep dying though. Not a good sign for the Germans, but also an issue they had in real life. They had a tendency to fight at the front with their men, which led to high officer attrition. There's another empty then. Now the Tiger just has to move upwards.
The enemy has destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Perhaps the Tiger might give them the pause they needed. That Tiger's definitely already just killed a lot of stuff. Yeah, well, the KV-1 is trying to push up on the German defenses. Lots of pillboxes, but nothing that can stop the KV-1. That's a lot of pillboxes. The Germans have really fortified the central front here. Yeah, we have some Fallschirmjägers behind the Soviet line. I think the Luftwaffe could probably take a good advantage of the fact that southern flank is abandoned mostly. Oh, that's a Panzerschrecker marksman! Oh, straight on him! Sounds like a Katyusha was firing. They are firing.
Supply overflights are ready and await your command.
Yeah, the Soviets have to be careful. Now there is a Tiger. They've entrenched the Tiger though, probably expecting another tank push. But I don't think the Soviets actually have the tanks currently except in the north to try and attempt that. We have more naval infantry arriving for the Soviet Union. Naval infantry can actually work pretty well as a frontline and assault infantry. They can also be armed with toxins. He needs to be very careful he moves though. Doesn't look like there's many MGs, so they should be able to charge freely. They're just getting too close here. Oh, that's a Gebaldeladnung! Oh.
More of our troops have been lost.
I would probably have charged to these places, because getting too close does deny you the good advantage of your semi-auto rifle sometimes. But everyone has to learn. Yeah, that KP-1 is just driving up on the AT guns. They need something heavier to deal with a KP-1. A Panzerfaust could do it.
Forward structure under attack.
Yep, that did it. Okay, well, more motorized Soviet paratroopers have arrived, and they probably figured out that there's a Luftwaffe camp down here now. Oh, M10 arriving. We're getting a lot of variation of the Soviet war machine today. Good to see. Also from NKVD troops here in the center. Off on flank seems quite silent at the moment. Oh, a booby trap building. Wow, everything is just getting used today. It's good to see. Yeah, the paratroopers seem to have taken out the German ones. Not sure what the trucks are gonna be doing because they cannot be upgraded with a gun though, which is pretty bad. Now there's some bug with the forwarding cameras where they're really hard to use, or really hard to destroy. He probably needs an explosive to take care of it. So that's probably something that should be looked into being fixed in the future. Oh, a Soviet forward camp. 2 of them been set up to get double machine guns. Actually, one is getting a medic, I think. Yeah, okay. But double encampment, that's neat. Yeah, he needs an explosive to take care of it. What the M10 is trying to do. But the M10 is missing. Artillery coming in on the Tiger. All the infantry needs to move though. Ouch. Oh, second Tiger. That's a second Tiger. Oh, we have a Tiger Kampfgruppe. Oh. Now this could be quite hard for the Soviets to deal with. Wherever it's utilized. Yeah, it looks like the Osttruppen are not being able to hold their position for much longer. The KV-1s are just slowly taking them down. He can actually start giving them recruiting surplus to get an extra man.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
Because some of these so stupid are that veteran.
You now have command of an elephant tank destroyer.
One elephant has also arrived for the Ost Legion. The Tigers need to be utilized though. Although I do think the lack of infantry might mean that he does need to get more infantry to support them, so perhaps it's a good call. Oh, Stoop got destroyed by the KV-1 here. KV-1s, I mean. Katyushas are bombarding the central front. Oh, that's so many rockets. Oh, God. Oh, the central front just got completely destroyed. And the one drawback of recruiting them from the forward encampment is they only become 3-man squads. So you need to be very careful at protecting them. They don't have a huge squad that can protect them anymore. Oh, the Luftwaffe is trying to flank from the south with Panzers. And at that point, the Tigers sprung into action as well.
Our panzer forces have been reduced by one.
The Soviet paratroopers are not doing too well out in the open here. A combined assault from the Luftwaffe and the Panzers are doing a really good job. Wow, he's literally straight right in front of the tank. And he's still undetected. Wow, that is scary.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles.
The elephant might be enough to help stop the KV-1s up here.
The enemy is in. We are suffering losses.
Oh, Mthis trying to flank the elephant. Because the Soviets are pushing through the center as the Germans are pushing on the south. Oh no! Oh no! The driver's injured! And there's such attack coming in from the NKVD troops. And the elephant is down!
Is attacking one of our forward buildings.
The northern Soviet German front is completely cut off. Sturmtiger is driving straight into the Sherman area. He's trying to find the KV-1. KV-1 is down, but the Mthis is now going for the Sturmtiger. Not good, not good. If the Soviets push at the top now, they would completely overrun the Germans. But the Sturmtiger is still heavily armored. And will the Germans keep their advance at the south? He prepares for that Tiger immediately. Oh, the Storm Tiger is actually surviving.
Get fire on that infantry!
But the Soviets are still around the central front. But this German push could actually change the battle. Now watch the shots coming in on the Tiger. Truck will have to try and repair it. Oh, Tiger got a direct shot from the howitzer. Oh, not looking good. Oh, the Panzer Division needs to get some new troops. Some pioneers perhaps repair. Tons of artillery coming down at the Tiger. It is being repaired though, thanks to the truck. Soviet glider has arrived. So Soviet paratroopers have glider landed. Katyusha coming into. Panzer IV command tank is down. Panzer IV-H is pushing deep upwards to try and find the Soviet artillery. Oh, destroyed one Katyusha.
Political officer deploying now, comrade. Sniper has arrived.
T-34 coming straight for the Tigers. Took out one. Took out a third of one. Oh, not looking good. They need to turn the Tiger. No! They're too close to fire at each other though.
One of our panzers has been destroyed.
Well, the Tiger might be done for. Yeah, one more shot from the T-34. Oh! It didn't penetrate. Oh, the Tiger is still somehow alive, but it doesn't have a gun anymore. Oh, it's not looking good for the Germans here.
Lost a panzer.
The Soviets have so many more troops coming in. This is also kind of the power that the Soviets have. The Fallschirmjägers are flanking around here. Right straight into motorized infantry. I'm being mowed down by the motorized infantry. We have some Panzer Grenadiers coming out for Q now. Oh yeah, the Soviets have just... I think the Soviets have kind of attritioned the Germans down, but the Soviets are still having trouble pushing. The Germans are still getting a lot of tanks. Oh no, the Sturm Tiger! No!
We've lost a squad of infantry.
Yeah, this might be the end of the Sturm Tiger.
Incoming tank! Move out! They have a good weaponry.
There goes the Sturm Tiger.
Heavy armor has been
But the elephant is now present. So it's pushing up through again. And our BHP, nice. Ooh.
We have a forward structure under attack.
Yeah, I don't think the Germans can hold this position for much longer, but they've actually fought bravely today. But the Soviets are just still pouring onto the battlefields. Which is the thing the Soviets are really good at doing. Attrition is a Soviet speciality. Oh, they're getting around another elephant. Not good for that elephant. King Tiger has arrived for the Wehrmacht. Oh, there goes the elephant. But it looks like the Germans surrendered before the King Tiger sees any combat. I hope you all enjoyed this one. This one was very hectic and very fun. And I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Bye bye!